Okay, hi everybody, and welcome back to our next session. Now, I know most of you have been thinking about Black Friday for weeks, probably months now. So rather than spending more time on what your sales season should look like, we're going to think beyond Black Friday now. So for this session, we're digging into how you retain your holiday shoppers after the sales. 64% of brands find that Black Friday customers have a lower lifetime value than shoppers that you acquire other times of year. So figuring out the ways to bring them back again is super important. Luckily, I am joined by three of LoyaltyLion's most knowledgeable people for this session. So please join me in welcoming Adam Goodman, Hannah Cook, and Sammy Newton. First of all, let's do some intros. Please, could each of you tell me who you are, what you do at LoyaltyLion, and for a little icebreaker, what you're excited about buying this Black Friday. Sammy, let's start with you.
Yep. So my name's Sammy. So I'm an onboarding manager. Helping customers get set up and provide strategic value to the loyalty program. And for Black Friday coming up, I think I'm getting a new laptop. The old one is on its last legs and seen better days. So I think it's due an upgrade.
Fantastic. Interestingly, electronics used to be the most, one of the most purchased things over Black Friday, but that has actually shifted in the last couple of years, apparently. So, great. Adam, how about you?
Hey everyone. So I'm Adam and I'm a product manager here at LoyaltyLion. I'm not a big shopper myself, but my two kids are quite into receiving gifts, put it that way. I am a big fan of Yoto, one of our customers actually, and I've got my eye on a couple of Yoto minis for my two girls.
Fantastic. I hope you have some loyalty points to spend. Hannah, last but not least.
Hi everyone, my name's Hannah. I am one of the senior CSMs here at LoyaltyLion. I manage some of our largest brands that we work with here. My job is to ensure that they're getting the most out of the platform. So I have many conversations with them about program performance, optimization, and also updating them about product releases and all of that exciting stuff. The thing I'm buying over Black Friday is basically everyone's Christmas presents. I use it as a perfect opportunity to get some really good deals. I make lists throughout the year of what people have maybe hinted at they wanted. So I take advantage of that and get ready for Christmas.
Goodness, I aspire to be as organized as you. Maybe you can give me a lesson sometime. Fantastic. It's lovely to have you all here. Thank you so much. We're going to break this session down into two sections. So first, we're going to cover what you can do during the sales to retain more customers. And then secondly, we're going to look at after the sales. So for our very first question, how do you recommend balancing loyalty offers with discounts for new shoppers over the holidays? Sammy, perhaps you can go first on that.
Yeah, so for your already enrolled customers have an account with you at the moment, I always recommend, early access to early sales, products as well. Along with, if you want to sort of influence points, double points, promotion period always works well. Not only does it sort of show the value to the members, but it's also a great incentive for potential new customers as well, who are sort of sitting on the fence. And then for new customers, you can just go with a simple sign-up offer, or something like maybe boosting account creation points as well is also a good way to sort of bring new customers into the fold of the loyalty program.
Definitely, I think early access is huge this year. I read that the time frame between Black Friday and Thanksgiving Thanksgiving and Christmas even is the smallest it can be. So early access, giving people those promotions early is definitely the key. Amazing.
I think, also Thea, I was going to add in there as well that I know with a lot of conversations that I'm having with brands at the moment, there's a few questions around, should I allow customers to use their loyalty points alongside the promotions that we're running for Black Friday? And to be honest, I say that there's not really a right answer for it. It really does depend on your business and kind of also the different kind of things to take into consideration. I mean, a lot of the conversations that I have with brands, they don't allow loyalty points to be used alongside their promotions. That can be for a number of different reasons, such as brand perception, double discounting, and the financial implications of that. I do have some brands that allow loyalty points to be used alongside, now that checkout extensibility allows voucher code stacking. So, I mean, there's no probably real answer to it when I kind of talk with brands about it, to be honest. But I would say for brands that aren't using their loyalty points and not allowing customers to do so, they make that really clear in their communications up to the sale period. And then also they run those early access promotions, or the double points promotions, or different incentives to make sure that their most loyal advocates are being considered and they're being appreciated as well.
And I guess, if you can't use your loyalty points right then and there, making it really clear how you can benefit from them after the sales, and that brings back people for another purchase as well. So including that in your comms around it, super important, I guess.
Definitely, yeah, definitely.
I think that's a critical point, Fee. I think Black Friday and other big events like this are a massive chance to get new business in the door and to try and retain those customers. The retention piece is absolutely critical. So how you harness your program to drive that retention and drive those additional purchases either later in the year or early into the next year, that's the really critical bit, and where you can unlock huge amounts of value from your customers.
100% agreed. And I think email plays a big part in that, which, funnily enough, we're going to come back to you, Samu, because I know you're a bit of a Klaviyo and email master at this point. Are there any loyalty emails that you really recommend sending while the sales are going on?
Yeah, I think even before the sales going on, I think campaigns are really key. Build that awareness, build that excitement, sort of teasing the customer. I think that always works well, as part of myself, consumer, like if I'm sort of led, something big's coming up, I'm sort of gearing up for that, deciding what I want to buy. So before that sale even occurred, I know exactly what I want and I can go straight in and purchase what I want. While that sort of, that sale is ongoing, having reward reminders, customers are earning points over this period, so letting them know they've unlocked rewards. Also, it's likely customers will be moving through your tier structure. So having tier reminders as well to let customers know when they've upgraded into tier are really great ways to sort of keep customers aware, keep customers engaged, and, on point during that sort of key engagement period. Following that as well, post-purchase ones that target guest customers. So guest customers, sort of making a purchase, making them aware they've earned points in this purchase, and just highlighting the loyalty program and trying to encourage them to create an account and become engaged with the brand long term as well, I think are really key.
Adam, I think this is a topic quite close to your heart as well.
Yeah, definitely. We work really closely with lots of ESPs. It's a big part of the work I do, and I think as Sammy's saying, preparation is key in this space. You asked us all what we were planning on buying for Black Friday. We all had ideas of what we already wanted well in advance of the day. So making sure that you're really, really ready, and make use of the integrations we have. So, you can make your emails really interactive or really personalized to the user by showing points balances, by linking what a point is worth in that dollar or pound value as well, to really bring that to life. Just think about those emails, personalizing them, and really trying to use loyalty and the program to really drive engagement and purchase.
Absolutely. And hopefully some top tips in the Attentive Masterclass that you would have attended already today, but also the Klaviyo Masterclass that we have on our YouTube channel gives lots of ideas and ways to personalize too. Great advice. Thank you, guys. Sticking on the loyalty engagement theme, Hannah, could you tell us a bit about how you can use your loyalty program to drive a really VIP experience over the sales period?
Absolutely, yeah. So I know we've already mentioned early access quite a bit already within this, but there are definitely advantages to that, such as it can lead to customers having a slightly higher AOV. It acts as a bit of a soft launch as well for your promotion, so you can get a good idea of how it's being received by customers. And it also allows you that personalization through email as well, which we've mentioned a few times already. Other things that I've also seen perform well with brands that I have actually been working with and seeing them more doing is gated access promotions. So this essentially means that their loyalty members have a secret area or get access to an area earlier. So it links into that early access, but it provides more of a unique experience. So that might be customers being able to find an area once they log in to their account. So that therefore is going to increase account creation and also a little bit of a different experience that you might have not thought about offering before as well. And then also other initiatives as well. So you don't just have to do early access or provide a different experience on site. You can also cater for your loyal customers in other ways. So that could be things such as prize giveaways for customers that have purchased as a loyalty member. It could be identifying a small group of customers to refund an order and to recognize their loyalty, whether that's through them signing up, or it could just be for their loyalty throughout the year and you recognizing that if customers purchase during Black Friday, a lucky few are going to get the chance to get their money back essentially for an order. So those are a few different ideas. There are other things that you can also utilize, such as point giveaways as well, using point imports. That's something that some brands harness around Christmas time as like a little Christmas present. And then also something to think about post Black Friday is those kind of sign up initiatives to capture those customers that have purchased as guests. So what you could do is do a double points for sign up instead. So you can double your account creation rule, encourage your customers to complete the account creation activity. And whilst doing that, you can also maybe run a double points for your referral scheme. So that's then going to cater to those customers that are already members and make them feel recognized and more likely to refer a family or friend once they've received their items and they're loving your products.
Amazing. So many good ideas in there. I know AU Vodka did a fantastic members only area. I think they locked down the whole site last year. But also, it's interesting that you mentioned the initiative sort of to bring people back after the sale. I think it might have been P&Co. They had their early access actually came with a card that you could then use to unlock extra points or a reward after the Black Friday sale. So again, it was just this feeling of building a really exclusive community VIP experience works really well. Fantastic. So that is everything that you should be doing. Well, not everything, I hasten to add, but some of the things that you could be doing before and during the sales. But what about once the peak period is over, when you start to take a breath? I'd love to understand, how can you use promotions to motivate seasonal shoppers to return for another purchase, but within a really reasonable time frame? Adam, I know you've been working quite hard on this in the product area, so perhaps we can come to you.
Yeah, absolutely. So we've mentioned, in this chat how important retention is, and how really you can look at Black Friday as a that driving place to get in new business, but then to also drive that retention to keep those those customers coming back. So I wanted to highlight our feature LoyaltyLion flows, and really what we're looking to do here is try and turn those one-time buyers into return customers. And the way that we do that using this feature, LoyaltyLion flows, is to encourage those customers to come back. What we can do is set up an automation or a flow that essentially says to your customer, look, if you come back and shop within a given time frame that you set, say within a month or 3 months, it's totally up to you, you will get a bonus or a reward for shopping with us again. So the example, classic example would be, if you come back and shop, we're going to give you some bonus points. So it might be 1,000 bonus points on top of the points you'd already gained. That might be worth, say, $5 or $10 to your customer. And really what we're trying to do is take that customer who's come in the door at Black Friday and bought a great product and really encourage them to come back. So I would make use of that feature. It does integrate with your ESP, with Klaviyo. So it's a great way of trying to drive repeat purchase and retention off the back of an event like Black Friday.
Fantastic. As a marketer, any automated flows are super welcome for sure. Sammy, I think you've got some thoughts on this one as well.
Yeah, so I think obviously over that period, customers building up loads of points. So I think looking at ways to get customers to use those points, such as maybe, a time-sensitive rewards, such as 100% off free product, are just great ways of, getting customers to come engaged after that period. If I'm a customer, built all these points, I want to have a reason to come back and use them. So why not? That also, great for managing stock. That after the sale period, there might be still some items left you sort of want to get rid of. That's another way as well. So a great way of encouraging customers to come back, use their points, but also, get rid of any excess stock over those peak periods as well.
100%. Free product rewards, one of my favorite topics
Yeah.
at the moment. Also, and you'd almost think we prepared this earlier. We really didn't, but leads perfectly on to my next question, because free products are often used in tiers as an exclusive reward, aren't they? And our next question is coincidentally about tiers. So, this is a feature that so many of our brands use. So many of our programs are tiered, and it works so well to deliver that kind of layered loyalty experience. So I'm actually going to ask all three of you on this, because I think there's so much to say. What are the top things that you should make sure you have in your tiers to achieve a goal of bringing customers back after Black Friday? Who wants to go first?
I'm happy to take the reign. I think a simple one is just increasing the points per currency spent. The higher up the tier you go, I think it's one of the most simplest probably methods you can do, but I think one of the most important and influential in encouraging customer behavior. If I'm a customer and let's say I'm getting 5 points per dollar spent in the bottom tier, if I go to a higher tier and I'm getting 10 points per dollar spent, instantly I'm able to see I'm earning rewards at double the rate I was previously. So a really simple way of helping customers to see the value and difference between each tier, because as a customer I don't want to be getting the same as I was in the previous tier. So that's just a simple step to sort of show the value.
100%.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I echo Sammy there a little bit. It's differentiation between each of those tiers. It's super key. And if you're not sure what resonates with your customers, ask them what they want to see from the loyalty program. You can do that through surveying or focus groups. And there you go, like a focus group could be maybe something that's accessible to the top tier when you want to really talk to your best advocates and those that love the brand. So yeah, you can do that through such as different products on offer, whether that be seamless free products, or you could have different tier benefits, which is something that's actually becoming really, really popular with a lot of brands that I work with. I've been seeing more brands doing loyalty tier revamps and really getting close with their customers and really understanding what can set them apart from competitors and really build a community as well. So those are some things to think about.
Fantastic.
Cool. So I don't have much to add in terms of the benefits. I mean, the guys have already given you some really good tips there. What I would say is once you've really set up your compelling tier offering, it sounds really obvious, but a really, really important aspect of tiers is to make them really clear and transparent to your customers. So that's really important, to help them understand what benefits they have access to currently, but arguably even more importantly is to show them what's in store if they become even more loyal, if they keep purchasing and if they build up their points, what's going to come in the next tier. So we do have actually some quite new components in this space. We've got our tier progress components, and what you can do with them is you can put them onto your integrated loyalty page, and so customers will be able to log in and see exactly where they stand within their current tier, but also within the full tier spectrum from kind of your bottom tier up. And it's really, really useful because you might be sitting at $5 or $10 spend off the next tier, and you're going to get some great benefits in there. So just having that visibility is enough to make you think, well, I've got the benefits sitting there. I'm going to make that extra purchase because I want to get to that higher tier. So I'd encourage everyone, if you haven't looked at our tier progress components, please do, and get the visibility of your tiers, right front and center for your customers.
Amazing. I could talk about tiers for so long, but I think, you've covered what should be in them, how to promote them, and how to communicate them, the benefits of them. Perfect. Thank you so much, guys. But of course, to use tiers, you have to be a loyalty program member. So Hannah, perhaps you can talk us through how you ensure that those holiday shoppers who didn't create accounts or join the program while they were shopping over the holidays do so in the new year.
Yeah, so Sammy actually touched on this slightly earlier, and it's all around your post-purchase enrollment flows. So really capturing those customers that have accepted marketing and letting them know that they've earned points for their purchase, because you'll be surprised at actually how many customers might not know about your loyalty program at all. They might have just visited it for the first sight. They've been really excited to get their hands on something, and they have just not seen the loyalty program's existence. So there's a key opportunity to really educate them about the program, tell them about the benefits, but most importantly, telling them about the points that they've earned and how they could already be close to earning a reward for their next purchase, because you know that the customers that have purchased during that promotion are probably a little bit price sensitive. They like a discount. So the loyalty program is woven into that slightly, obviously using points and money off if you've got that kind of loyalty structure. Other things we've also seen that have been really effective is brands that actually have done an email specifically just about the loyalty program. So we actually had Ashford and Mew, they did an email to all of their customers, and they just captioned it, this is why we love our loyalty program, and all of the amazing stuff that it's involved. And yes, you might not think it's a transactional email, it might not make you that much money, but you've got to think about the long-term benefits of that and the awareness that comes with it as well, and therefore the engagement that will follow from the awareness. And then other things as well you can think about are through the channels that you've got already. So through social medias, for example. So that might be new customers that have purchased from you, loved your product, sign up to your socials and think, okay, I want to purchase from this brand again, or I just want to follow their journey. There's a key opportunity to educate customers about the loyalty program as well through socials. So you can tell them about the story of the loyalty program and the community that's comes with it as well. So I know that brands that I've worked with, they've done queue jump for in-person events, for example, for their top tier members, and even meetups and dinners and invites to events. So there's a really nice opportunity to storytell and also get other people involved and engaged.
Fantastic. I remember that Ashford and Mew campaign. I absolutely loved it. And I think they're a good example. And we've got some others too that I think you'll hear about in the customer spotlights, but brands who are really good at making sure that the loyalty program is represented in every single email that they send, just keeping it top of mind all of the time.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
Great. So you mentioned people wanting really happy about their Black Friday purchases, wanting to stay in touch, wanting to shop with the brand again. So Sammy, I know referrals are a tactic that you really often recommend in onboarding. So I'd love to know, what do you recommend people do to build advocacy from holiday shoppers once the sales are done?
Yeah, I think it's great to target these positive shoppers, customers that have had positive experience with your brand, over sort of these peak periods, are really likely to make referrals. If you like a product, you're probably going to talk to your mates, friends and family sort of about it. I'm a sort of big advocate for, talk to friends, and that's probably one of the most reliable sources of a product is if friends and family are going to recommend it. We're bombarded with adverts over social media all the time. So, having friends and family talk about it is just a great encouragement to making that purchase. What you want to do referrals is, be the most generous with it, give the most points for it so customers can redeem, a higher discount than maybe sort of the first or second reward. And then, want both the friend and the, account holder to, see the value in making referrals. So, give and get schemes work really well. Give 15%, get 15%. That's going to really encourage referrals to happen, and including sort of referral URLs, maybe attached to post-purchase emails. So, after make a purchase, I get email with referral URL. I can easily copy and share it with my friends in WhatsApp or Instagram, and then other methods as well. I think going away from referrals is reviews. I think, but before we always purchase a product, we normally have a look at reviews to make sure, everything's in order, the quality of the product's good, or customers really enjoy it, they'll shop again. So having that transparency, is going to be key for bringing new customers in, but then also giving points 4 reviews is going to encourage customers to be engaged and sort of, build that sort of loyalty program as well.
100%. I think it's really interesting how much a conversation about a product can stick in your mind. Yeah. Sammy, we discussed a protein coffee that we both buy about 4 months ago, and every day when I make my protein coffee, I still think of you. So I think it is actually, there's a lot more likelihood that people do talk about products and that they will, really take recommendations. And I think sometimes we think. So great tips. Thank you. So finally, how do you know if your Black Friday activity was a success and that you're going to have customers to retain? How do you know whether you managed to increase lifetime value? Adam, can you tell us a bit about how to track that within LoyaltyLion?
Yeah, certainly. So hopefully you guys have noticed we've been doing lots and lots of work on our dashboards within LoyaltyLion, and I don't want to take up too much time by diving into detail. We have lots of documentation and also videos for you to kind of really dive into our dashboards. But I would really just say you can track pretty much everything through your LoyaltyLion dashboard. So make sure even in the run up to Black Friday that you're familiar with them, ask the questions that you need to ask, so that you're ready to analyze all the data afterwards. Just to give you a little highlight, you can look at your attribution as a whole, the attribution of your program, and you can drill into the details of your loyalty program, which you're going to want to do after Black Friday, down to the details on how many new members you've gained, what points have been earned, and things like that. So what I'd recommend is look at the dashboards, make sure you're familiar with them, come up with a plan. What is the data that really interests you? And then make sure you track it after Black Friday. You can choose the dates you're interested in as well. It's all in there. It's just about taking the time to kind of digest it and think about the questions you're asking of the data and seeing how you're going to get the answer for you. But it's all in there. I know it's going to be successful for everyone. It's just about which data points you want to pull out for yourself and for your stakeholders.
And I guess making sure that you've got baselines before the sales start as well, so you know what success actually looks like.
Yeah, for sure. Because obviously you're going to see big spikes, hopefully. But as I've said throughout this conversation here, the real win, here is what customers have you brought through the door that you can retain. So it won't just be looking at the performance of, the day or the week, those few days after that period. It's what success have you had in the next 3 and even 6 months with those customers that have come in and have actually purchased again, or even customers you had previously who maybe kind of haven't been purchasing much lately. Then they come in, you engage them again. Can you get them back into that cycle of being engaged with your brand?
I think wiser words have never been spoken. Thank you, Adam. That's actually a perfect point to end on, I think, unfortunately. So there you have it, a ton of actionable tactics you can take away to ensure that your holiday shoppers are not one and done buyers who make their first purchase with a discount and then never come back. As we say goodbye to our speakers, thank you so much to all of you. Really amazing advice, and thank you for taking the time to share it. We really appreciate, and we will see you soon. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Okay. Now, speaking of advice and ideas, we're going to move on to our next session.